this video and invite someone to on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok. We are on now. So thank you for joining us. This is My Transformation. And for this edition, we have come with a question. You know, life always poses questions to us, and we have to do the best we can to find answers to these questions. So I've come to ask a question, and maybe you may have the answer. You can post your answer, or you can write your answer. We'll be able to see it and read it. But my question to you is, what is your problem? What problem do you have? Now, if I say what is your problem, I want to be definite about what I mean. Do you have a money problem or you have information problem? What is your problem? Money or information? Because these are two major things. What are you hungry for? You know, if there's a hunger, if there's a desire, what desire do you have? Money or information? And most times, we will go for yes. You see, my major problem is I need money. I need money to start that business. I need money to build that house. I need money to buy that car. I need money to send my child or my children to school. I need money, and if I get money, I will do well. If I get money, my life will improve. That's very good point. You know, if I get money, I won't be looked down upon. People will respect me. I will be honored. That's true. I encourage you again to share this video. I encourage you to not just share, but I want you to comment. I want you to follow me, and then I promise I'll follow you back. I want you to like and comment and follow me. I'll follow you back. If you are on Facebook, share this video. On YouTube, share this video. You on TikTok, share this video. I want you to share this video, invite a friend, comment, and follow me, and I will follow you back. So my question again is, what are you hungry for? That hunger that is in you, is it for money or is it for information? Now, Ziegler says something, and I quote, he said, if you want to sell something, know the value and use it yourself. Understand that. If you want to sell something, know the value of what you want to sell and use it yourself, because you become the one that will give the right information as to the commodity you intend to sell or you are selling. Now, it's not, most time we will want money quickly. We jump to, I need money. I really need money, as I said earlier. Information. So if you were to take it, let me give you an instant, right? I want you to share the video and invite someone, because we intend, we're 5 minutes late, and we'll leave from here on time. We'll leave from here on time. We'll do the best we can to start on time and leave on time. If we start any time late, we'll keep up with leaving on time. So invite someone. Now, my question is, if you take a baby shark and put that baby shark in the aquarium, it will only grow according to the length of the aquarium. If you put it in the ocean, it will grow 6 feet long. Power off. You understand what I'm saying? It will grow according to the length of the aquarium. But if you put it in the ocean, it will grow 6 feet long. Now, the major reason why we need to succeed is because you may be the bridge to someone's house. That's why success is important. It's easier to give birth than to raise the dead. So understand that when you have given birth to something, somebody get blessed by what you have given birth to. So when you look at it from that standpoint, what do I need? Now, if you need money, then my question is, why do you go to school? You could open a business and you could start a business and the business will start running, and all of a sudden, maybe you have an idea how to check the finances, how much you're making. But then do you have an idea how to do balances? Now you may tell me there are people that are making business that are not educated. It's true. But in as much as they are making business and they are successful, they are not educated, which I agree with. How do you value information to that of education? Which one weigh most? Because they can fire you. I said the day the manager or the supervisor or the CEO, whichever titles the person carries, if they say they don't need you anymore, the next day you are out of a job. But this is what happens. If that manager or that CEO says that they don't need you and let you go, there are options depending on the information you have. They can take your money from you, they can take your car, they can take your house. But one thing they cannot take from you is the information that is stored up in your mind. So, no matter how low a person may go, what brings that person up is the information he or she has stored up in his or her mind. So information is vital. You can place someone in a hole and give them and put $1 million. The money won't get them up. The money won't get them up. But if they have information, the information that they have will give them. The architect may not have a dime, but he's a billionaire in that he has something in his mind. He's able to structure a palace, he's able to structure a mansion, he's able to structure anything that he has stored up in his mind. And what he does is every time he refines what he has in his mind, make it better and bigger. But it's as a result of the information that is already stored up. So he develops that information. That's why I said you can in it will just develop to this ocean. It won't be able to fit in the aquarium. It have grown so big until it's able to swim to the tide of the ocean. Control itself. It will not get drowned in the ocean. A threat to it. It has grown to the point that it's fear because of the power it carries. That's what information is. Information has power. So when you look at it technically, what you need, it's not necessarily money. What you need is information. The UN the WHO, UNESCO, UC, you just name it. All the money to people. They give money to ideas. Ideas spent on paper. So what they sponsor is not the individual. What they sponsor is the idea. So the finances based what is placed on the paper that one reads. So information becomes a magnet. It attracts people. It attracts millions of dollars. In fact, it attracts the world. If you intend to develop something or you intend to manufacture something and you have the information as to how you manufacture it, it starts from the scratch. Now, guess what? People do not celebrate process. So the process that you are going through in trying to put this together, it knows ever at all. They are not interested in the process. Some, you may find one or two persons interested in the process, but a lot of people are not interested in the process. What they are interested in is the outcome. So when the outcome is produced, it's in the form of a caterpillar as ugly as it looks, as terrible as it looks, decides to enter the cocoon. Why? Because the caterpillar wants to have a transformation. In a cocoon, it's a process. It goes through a lot of processes. No one has an idea as to what process it goes through. No one has an idea as to the pain. No one has an idea as to the wisdom, the education, everything information that is being gathered for its transformation, but it stays there. It's a place of seclusion. So no one will have an idea. In fact, no one will support you while you are trying to get the best education you can or the best information you can. It's not about that because it's a process. But when the caterpillar comes out of the cocoon, that process the caterpillar goes through while in the cocoon is known as metamorphosis. When the caterpillar comes out of the cocoon, what is celebrated is not the caterpillar. What is celebrated is the butterfly. So why? Because people do not look at the butterfly, the end of the butterfly, or the one that holds the wings to see what it looks interested in is the various designs, the wings, how beautiful it looks. The caterpillar enters and it comes off flying. You can imagine that. It enters crawling on the stomach, getting the information, going through the process of transformation. That's why it does. One that sees the caterpillar before the transformation is not celebrated. In fact, it becomes a threat. They want to kill it. But every transformation celebrates the result. And they start to clap for the caterpillar. Now that caterpillar have the ability to fly everywhere, sits on trees, sits on houses, going to houses. People will say, oh, look how beautiful the caterpillar is. But no one is asking, how did the caterpillar get this beautiful? Or how this butterfly looks so beautiful? Because they are not interested in the process. They are interested in the result. Information. So information is valuable in that it takes you through the process of being educated, whether you have to enter the classroom physically or whether someone has to give you information that you need in this life. Information is vital. What you need is information. You need information as to where your destiny helper is. You need information as to how to succeed. You need information as to how to get through whatever situation you wants to go through. That's why in developing or developed countries, what you have when you are driving on the highways are boards. And on the boards are information that tells you where you are going, and it tells you the very exit you need to take. It tells you what state you are entering. It tells you what town or what city you are entering. In the absence of information, you may have all the money in your pocket and you will end up getting lost. Because what you need at the point in time is not money. What you need is information. So the GPS gives you information as to get you from point A to point B or point C. It takes you from your original destination to your intended destination. That's information. So when you making an evaluation, share this video, even though we got a few more minutes, will be out of your way. Why are you making an evaluation as to I'm having money problem? Because you may have the opportunity to have money after you have uh, concluded that your problem is monetary problem. You may have the opportunity to have money, but then you may find out that alas, the money was used and you just didn't know how it went. In the end, you have to start looking for money again. Why? Because maybe you are not a good manager. So how do I manage what I have? We go back to the same thing. Information. Information. So as we come on this my broadcast to speak to you, our intended purpose is to transform minds and change people. Change the way you think. Change the way you've been doing it, especially if it's not working. Change is vital. Change is important. Will open doors. Information will set you before kings. Information will set you before president, prime ministers. Information will take you to nations. Now, take for example, you are about to take a flight, and to take what takes that flight from where it is to where it's going is information. That's why when you sit in the plane, the pilot comes and in the process of welcoming you, he tells you, oh, the weather to where we are going is wonderful. It's bright and sunny. The pilot tells you that even though it's 1 hour flight, we will make it in 45 minutes. The pilot tells you maybe we are going where we are going, but there will be some turbulences along the way, or will be in some pocket of turbulences, so we want you to be aware. So the pilot gives the information helps you to get adjusted. Either you are celebrating sense of information the pilot will tell you if the entire he has to get it because he needs information.